The Minotaur. Chapter 1. A Deadly Demand. Long ago, a king ruled the city of Athens. One day, he received a terrible letter. "Oh no," he sighed. "Not again. What shall I do?" "What's wrong?" asked his son Theseus. King Aegeus waved the letter under Theseus' nose. "Read this," he moaned. "To King Aegeus of Athens. Send 14 of your people to me by the end of the month. Signed, King Minos of Crete. P.S. I want 7 men and 7 women. P.P.S. If you don't do as I ask, there will be trouble." "I don't understand." "Every 9 years, King Minos demands 14 people from Athens," said Aegeus. "What for?" "He sends them into a giant maze called the Labyrinth." "Sounds fun," said Theseus. "Fun?" spluttered his father. "At the heart of the labyrinth is a Minotaur." "What's a Minotaur?" "It's a terrible creature." Aegeus shivered. "It's half man, half bull, and it eats people." Chapter 2. Theseus has a plan. "What can I do?" "I have an idea," said Theseus. "I'll be one of the 7 men." "Are you crazy?" said his father. "The Minotaur will eat you alive." "Don't worry, Dad," said Theseus. "I'm the best sword fighter in Athens." Aegeus sighed. "Even if you kill the monster, no one has ever escaped the labyrinth." "I'll find a way out somehow," said Theseus confidently. King Aegeus begged his son not to go, but it was no use. Theseus boarded a ship with the others. Aegeus was still very worried. "If Theseus survives," he said to the sailors, "fly white sails on the ship when you return." Chapter 3. Island of Danger. Wind filled the ship's sails. Theseus and the others were on their way. Before they arrived at Crete, Theseus hid his sword under his clothes. Soldiers were waiting for them as they docked. "Follow us to the palace." "Welcome," roared King Minos. "Enjoy your last meal. At dawn, you enter the labyrinth." Guards took the prisoners away. They locked them in a dark, dank dungeon. That night, Ariadne, the king's daughter, took them bread and water. "Oh, he's nice." As soon as she saw Theseus, Ariadne fell madly in love. "I can't let you spend the rest of your life in the labyrinth," she whispered. "Then help me to kill the Minotaur and escape," said Theseus. Ariadne thought for a moment. "Very well," she said, "if you promise to marry me." "Go. All right," Theseus agreed nervously. "Take this ball of magic string," said Ariadne. "String?" "Tie it to the entrance of the labyrinth as you go in." "Then what?" asked Theseus. "You'll see," smiled Ariadne. Chapter 4. Into the Labyrinth. At dawn, Theseus and the others were taken to the labyrinth. When the guards weren't looking, Theseus tied one end of his string to a rock. "Get inside, all of you!" shouted a guard. One by one, they entered the labyrinth. As Theseus went in, the ball of string jumped from his hand. Theseus couldn't believe his eyes. The string rolled along the ground by itself. "Which way shall we go?" said the others. "Follow me," said Theseus. The magical string wound this way and that. Soon they were deep inside the labyrinth. The ball of string stopped in a cave. "Now what?" asked one of the women. "Rah!" A terrifying roar echoed around them. "It's the Minotaur!" cried Theseus. "Coming this way!" Chapter 5. The Minotaur. The others tried to hide. "Don't worry," said Theseus, pulling out his sword. The ground shook. Heavy footsteps came nearer and nearer. The mighty Minotaur stormed into the cave. Roar! It was the scariest creature Theseus had ever seen. He gripped his sword. "Wah! Help!" The Minotaur gave a loud snort. Clouds of smelly breath shot from its nostrils. With an ear-splitting roar, it charged. The young prince swung his sword at the terrifying monster. The Minotaur was wounded, but it didn't give up. It chased Theseus around the cave. "Come on, Theseus!" shouted the others. "Don't let it get us!" Theseus tried to fight back, but the monster dodged every blow. Then Theseus tripped. He looked up to see the Minotaur looming overhead. The hungry creature reached out to grab him. With one last thrust, Theseus plunged his sword into the monster's chest. The Minotaur gave a blood-chilling cry and fell to the ground with a thud. "Well done, Theseus!" cried the others. "You've saved us!" "Hooray for Theseus! He's a hero!" "It's not over yet," puffed Theseus. "We still have to find a way out." Chapter 6. Escape. Theseus noticed the magic string lying on the ground. "Perhaps this will help us." Following the trail of string, Theseus led the others out of the labyrinth. Theseus crept up behind the guards at the entrance. Swiftly, he tied them up with the string. "Umph! Humph! Back to the ship!" Theseus found Ariadne waiting at the dock. He climbed aboard his ship. "I knew you'd escape. Don't forget your promise to marry me," said Ariadne. "Promise?" said Theseus. "Oh, yes. Come with us." Chapter 7. The Broken Promise. On the voyage home, the ship stopped at the island of Naxos. "We'll spend the night here," said Theseus. But Theseus couldn't sleep. He didn't want to marry King Minos' daughter. So while Ariadne was asleep, he woke the others. He ordered them back to the ship, and they sailed away. When Ariadne woke the next morning, she was heartbroken. She cried to the gods for revenge. "Make Theseus pay for deserting me!" A god called Dionysus appeared, and Ariadne told him her tale. Dionysus felt sorry for Ariadne. "I will punish Theseus for breaking his promise to you," he declared. Dionysus cast a spell across the sea. "Forget sailors!" he boomed. "Forget, forget, forget!" Chapter 8. A Black Day. Theseus was nearly home. "I can't wait to be back in Athens," he told a sailor. Me too," said the man, looking up at the black sails. "What's the matter?" asked Theseus. "I think I was supposed to do something," replied the sailor, "but I can't remember what." "That's funny," said another sailor. "I had the same feeling." "And me!" cried a third. "Oh, well," said Theseus, "I'm sure it was nothing important." Up on the cliffs, King Aegeus looked out to sea. "My son's ship has returned," he cried. "Oh no! Black sails!" he sobbed. "Theseus must be dead." Aegeus felt terrible. He jumped into the sea and was never seen again. When Theseus landed, he heard the dreadful news about his father. Theseus had beaten the Minotaur and escaped from the labyrinth, but his father never knew.